Hey, Fragrance Family, I'm Daver.
And I'm Jer.
And we're the Fragrance Bros. Nice fade. It's like you're falling off a cliff.
Bros.
Come at you this time again with another fragrance review, this time with Brin de Reglisse. I always mispronounce that in some way.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't care. Let's roll with it.
Yeah, let's go.
From the Hermessence line, of course. Now let's see what Jean-Claude Ellena, the man himself, says. It says, a fragrance that blows cool and warm, dry and sweet. A landscape in Provence, dry earth, fragrant purple fields, the wind of the mistral, draped in a luxurious coat of mouth-watering licorice.
Oh, that minstrel.
Who wears a coat of licorice? The fragrance opens with the pure light of stylized lavender, only to move into the velvety black of the licorice.
Stupid.
That said almost nothing about this fragrance.
That was...
Sometimes I love the ambiguity of poetic language.
Yeah, it's art.
Because it means nothing.
It doesn't.
Unless you say it means something.
Yeah.
Anyway. Date introduced is 2007. It's classified as an Oriental Fougere. Notes are licorice, lavender, and hay. Very simple fragrance.
Yeah, absolutely.
What'd you get out of longevity out of this?
Average, borderline to poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not real great.
Yeah, I would say it's probably poor, maybe on the low end of average for me too.
Yeah.
What about projection?
Again, average. This is a little heavier than some of the other ones, but still fairly light. So.
Yeah, same here. Average for me as well.
Yeah.
Season, I would say this is Vivaldi.
Hey!
All 4 seasons, day or night. Very versatile as far as that goes.
Totally.
Except, however, occasion, purpose, which is casual.
Yeah.
I can't really see much of any use outside of the occasion.
No, I'm with you.
But you can wear it all year round in a casual setting.
That's right. All year round.
Now, what does this remind you of?
So this is a very simple fragrance.
Yeah.
I know there's hay in the note. I don't ever get any hay. I get licorice and lavender, mostly lavender. And for the licorice, it's not a licorice that I'm familiar with. It's not like in Lolita Limpica All Masculine where it smells like licorice. It's not like that. To me, it just kind of adds like a sweet quality to it. This is a very sweet fragrance to me, like very sugary, and it kind of reminds me of like a sugar-coated B-min. Which is weird, I know, but there's some sort of spicy quality. Maybe it's the licorice that I don't know. I get a lot of B-min feel from it. So if you dig B-min, this might be a cool thing for you, but it's weird.
You know what's funny is I get almost an Amen taste of fragrance reference with this, which is funny. It doesn't smell like Amen taste of fragrance, but there's something in there that kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah.
And I'm not really sure. It might be that there is licorice in taste of fragrance, but they're not listing it.
Yeah.
Because there's licorice in some of the other ones that they have, like Angel. They put licorice in there, so it would not surprise me if they just reuse a note.
Yeah.
You know, because they have it.
Yeah.
But really, what this reminds me of is really delicious gourmet licorice.
Yeah.
And here's a tidbit about Daver, is that I love black licorice. I love red licorice as well, but I really like black licorice. And I remember the earliest memories I have of eating licorice is eating like those British all sorts. So maybe there's some fans out there that like the all sorts, but it's basically like gourmet licorice in different types of shapes and varieties, and has different almost flavors to it, candy appearances. It's really, really good. Anyway, this kind of reminds me of that. It's a very deep, dark, natural licorice, which is funny because in Lolita Limpica, I don't really get much of a licorice feel from it. It does have a little bit there, but it's not like this.
Wow.
This is very, very natural and very dark. And I do actually get hay in this.
Wow.
But it's kind of a supporting role. Like whenever this opens up, it's kind of harsh.
Yeah.
And then it dries down kind of smoother. And there's almost kind of an odd peppery note in there. I don't think there's pepper in there.
Yeah.
But I think it's just all the notes mixed together kind of have that harsh thing going on.
Yeah.
And maybe it just kind of appears as pepper for a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, there is a woodiness and a cleanness about this that is really nice. And I think the woodiness comes, the woodiness comes from the hay, which in itself is clean.
Yeah. And
then the lavender, which is a very clean note. And the lavender, again, is handled perfectly in this. It's not overly cliche They don't. It's not a lavender bomb like some
Yeah.
people would do with lavender because it's kind of a cheaper ingredient.
Yeah.
It's done really, really well.
Yeah. I didn't care for it, to be honest with you. To me, it seemed like overly simple. You know what I mean? Like to me, it didn't
Yeah.
change much. To my nose, it just came across like just sweet and just kind of stayed sweet, and it didn't really do much. It didn't last long to project. It was kind of like I kind of felt gypped a little bit, honestly. I don't know. I know we're not to bang for the buck yet, but it just seemed like what is the point of this thing? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I just can't pick out the hay and all those things. It just came across to me as like this sugary thing. I mean, it's got some pros in that it's kind of unassuming. It's not loud. It would be a good sort of reserve fragrance, but like you said, it's casual because you can't really do a whole lot with something like that. So I don't know. I was underwhelmed, to say the least.
Yeah. I think one of the biggest flaws about this is, I think its biggest strength is that it smells a lot like licorice. And if you love or hate licorice, you're either going to love or hate this fragrance.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't think you like black licorice at all. So that might be a contributing factor of that. And I love it, so that's a contributing factor there too.
Maybe so.
So that might be one of the things there.
Yeah.
I do think this is gender neutral, and I think a man or woman can wear it with ease. I definitely think this one deserves more love in the frag com. It needs more hype in there, just because this is one fragrance that is not really showcased that much in the fragrance community.
No.
I mean, a lot of these Hermessence line aren't.
Yeah.
It's just the rock stars that really get most of the play, but I think this is one that really deserves some attention.
Yeah.
I would say bang for buck, of course, $235 for 100 ml. Like I said, I think, well, let's see, the performance is not all there. It might be different on other people, but on me, it's not all there.
Yeah.
I think it's a brilliant licorice fragrance. And that is going to be love or hate for most people.
Yeah, yeah.
So it depends on where you stand about black licorice, really.
Yeah, yeah. I really don't like licorice at all.
Yeah.
So, but then again, I don't think this really smells a whole lot like licorice. To me, I don't smell a lot of licorice. And you know, again, because I don't like licorice, I may not be really familiar with the smell. But whenever I think of licorice, I just think of like cheap Twizzler black licorice. You know what I mean? So maybe the actual smell is different from that. But that's what I get. So I don't really smell any of that in this. At any rate, it doesn't do a whole lot that's interesting to me, so I don't think that the bang for the buck is really there.
Okay.
That's just my take.
Let's see, compliments.
No, he didn't get away very well.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like a sweet thing, you know what I mean? It doesn't really do much. What about you?
Yeah, my wife didn't really care for it, but she doesn't like black licorice.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame her.
Final rating.
I'm actually going to give this a 3 out of 5. You know, I like the smell, to be honest with you. It's a nice, sweet smell. But because it doesn't do anything interesting to me, or it doesn't really go anywhere, last long, or do anything that really deserves a second look, I just don't see. I can't discount it for smelling bad or whatever.
Yeah.
Or anything else. It just kind of falls like in this 3 range.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. I think it's a really good fragrance. I kind of wish it lasted a little longer.
Yeah.
But it is a little simple. I can't really knock it for being simple, but it kind of depends on your preference. If you like simple fragrances or like complex fragrances. I think personally, I prefer a fragrance to be just a little bit more complex than 3 notes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, me too.
But I think this is a great fragrance. I think it needs some love in the fragcom. Give it some love. Anyway, let us know what you think. Do you like it? Love it? Hate it? Brin de Reglisse. If that's how you say it. Anyway,
doesn't matter.
Let us know in the comments down below. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and like down below. We'll love you for it.
Do it.
And we'll see you next week with another Hermessence line fragrance review. We're the Fragrance Brothers. We'll see you later. Bye.